Good evening. Can you hear me? So, good evening. Welcome back to iOS YouTube channel. Tonight, we will be looking at mathematics for economics. So, kindly comment on the comment section. Okay, I can see Mohammed Abiola. Welcome. So, so can I know if you can hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me over there. Please, can you hear me? All right, we start today's class with equilibrium functions. Although I explained to you that the courses that we are going to cover this night, we are going to deal with equilibrium functions, matrices, um, calculus, and some important topics under this particular course. So this particular course is mathematics for economics. Mathematics, so that these are the mathematics for economics, both economics and the applications of the mathematical for economics. So now let's start with this question. This question is based on other equilibrium functions. So it is an application of polynomial functions. So this is an application of polynomial functions and all. So this particular topics and this question is other equilibrium functions. And you know the condition for equilibrium. What is the condition for equilibrium? If you have a question like this, and what the question says is to find your equilibrium price and quantity to determine the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. So the condition for equilibrium is what you are going to use to solve this question. So if I want to solve this question now, I'm going to apply the condition for equilibrium. Then what's condition for equilibrium? The condition for equilibrium states that the QD equals to QS. That is, for equilibrium condition, we are going to have the quantity demand equals to quantity supply. Then what is the function for a quantity demand? The quantity demand here is 30 minus 2p equals to the QS is minus 10 plus 3p. So what we need to find is to find P. And the P here is known as price. The Q there is known as the quantity demand or quantity supply. So what I need to do is that, okay, for you to find your P, your normal mathematics, collect your like times, let this guy comes to this side. Then this sign will change to what? Negative. So here we have minus 2p. This positive would be what? Minus 3p equals to, then you'll be having minus 10. This 30 we need to move to this side, and the sign in the front of 30 is positive, then you will come to what? Negative. That means I'm going to have minus 5p. Minus 5p equals to what? Then I'll be having minus 40. Minus 5p, then I'll be having minus 40. Please, I would like to know if you can hear me at the same time. So minus 5p, then we have minus. Then what you do to get your p now is by dividing the both side by minus 5. Dividing the both sides by minus. The minus 1 has minus this, we cancel this. And if this is cancelled this, that means the price is 8 naira. The 8 naira here is reversed to as my equilibrium price. So now to determine my equilibrium quantity. So whatever I get for your price, just substitute it in any of these equations. So what I get in my price is 8. So to know my equilibrium quantities, then my QD is the function of my QD is 30 minus 2p. Then where p equals to 8, then you substitute, then I'm having the QD here will be 30 minus 2 into bracket 8. So if you have 30, then 2 times 8 here, I'll be having 30 minus 16. So if you're having 30 minus 16, then there is here, I'll be having 1, and that means the equivalent quantity is 14. The equilibrium quantity is 14. Your equilibrium quantity is 14. So equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price is 14. Please, I need calculator because there's some situation here that we need calculator to use. To use calculator. Okay. Okay, the calculator is working. So this is under quantity equilibrium function. Please, you can kindly screenshot this and send it to the platform so that the other students can join us too and share the link, share the YouTube live link. Let other people join us. Let's have a lively class today. So this is the first question that we solve, other equilibrium function. Please, do you get the question? Let me know if you can get, just send yes in the comment section so that I will know that you guys can get it. So once I see yes in the comment section, then we move to the next question. Before I rub it up, you can screenshot it before I rub the board off. So let's treat another question. So let's treat likely exam questions. Likely exam questions. I don't know, can you guys hear me, please? Yeah, this is another question where we have two commodity market model. Two commodity market model. And the first market, we have the quantity demand in the functions in the first market is 18 minus 3p1 plus p2. Then the quantity supply in the first market is minus 2 plus 4p1. Then let's moving on to the market 2, which is QD2, QD2 and QS2. This is the another market 2. So we have 12 plus p1 minus 2p2. This one equals to minus 2 plus 3p2. So this is market 2. So as you are joining us, please kindly drop a comment so that I can know that you guys are with me. I'm trying to know if you guys can hear me because I have a laptop here that I'm checking to know if things are all right and if everything is in order, if the network is in order and there's no issue. Thank you. I can see someone saying hi. That this indicates that you guys are with me. So now let's move on. So we have two market conditions. This is two market conditions, and this is the, this is the quantity demand function and quantity supply function of market 1. So I can name this one market A, then this one can be market B. So you can call it market 1, market 2. So now what we want to find out in this question is to find our equilibrium quantity and the equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price of the both markets. So if you have a question like this, you need to find the equilibrium functions of the both markets. So the first equilibrium function of market 1. So let's look at the equilibrium function of market 1. That means the QD1 will equals to QS1. Then what is the condition for that? What is the condition for that? So if we are dealing with this, that means in the market 1, I'll be having 18 minus 3p1 plus p2 equals to minus 2 plus 4p1. So this condition is for market 1. So my market 2, I'll be having QD2 equals to QS2. So, and I will be having 12 plus P1 minus 2p2 then equals to minus 2 plus 3p2. So this is our normal equilibrium condition. Don't forget that equilibrium condition is a point whereby supply and demand intersect, or when quantity demand equals to quantity supply. And that's what we are applying mathematically here. So what you have to do here is, okay, let's look for the equilibrium price of each market. So if you want to look at the condition of equilibrium price of each market, so what we just have to do is to collect the like times. So let's 18 move to this side, and let P1 comes to this side. You know that that is going to affect the sign. So this one is going to be minus P1, then this plus will be minus 4P1, then equals to minus 3P1 minus 4P1, then we have plus P2 already, equals to, so 18 is moving down to this place. So I will have minus 2 minus 18. If you have any question, you can ask me. So what will happen to this? Minus 3P1 minus 4P1. Then here I'm going to have minus 7P1. And 7P1 plus P2. So this will equals to minus 2 minus 18 will give me minus 20. So this is what I'm having here, minus 20. So this place, I'll refer this one as my equation 1. That one is going to be my equation 1. So I want to set the camera so that we're able to see. I think you can't see the one side very well. Okay, I'm setting the camera for you guys. I think you can see it very well now. All right, so let's continue. I think you can see it very well now. So we are free to go. So what we have to do here now is to look for the equilibrium condition of markets 2. So what will happen to this one too? Let's collect the like times there. Plus 3P2 is coming to this side, then 12 is coming to the other side. Then that's going to affect the pi, you know. The P1 here, then this one will be what? Minus 3P2, the one that's coming from the other side. Then we have minus 2P2 here already. Then this is minus 2, then minus 12. Don't forget the sign in front of 12 here is positive, and moving to the other side will be negative. So what will happen to this? Then we have P1, then we have minus 5P2, then equals to minus 14. So I'll label this one as equation 2. So this is my equation 1, this is my equation 2. So now we need to get the price for market 1 and market 2. And that is what is leading us to what we call simultaneous equation. So please note this. So let's move to, let's state the both equation now. Don't forget that my equation 1 is minus 7P1 plus P2 equals to minus 20, which denoted as my equation 1. Then my equation 2 is P1 minus 5P2 equals to minus 14, which is my equation 2. So as we know that these two market conditions have leads to what we call simultaneous equation. But under simultaneous equation, we know we have different methods of solving simultaneous equation. We have elimination method, we have substitution method. Then we have Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule. So I'm going to use Cramer's rule for the sake of the next topic we are moving to, because Cramer's rule is the application of matrices. So for the sake of you understanding the next topic we are moving to, so I'm going to use Cramer's rule. So, and the Cramer's rule is, is use of matrices to solve simultaneous equation. So let's move on. Let's use Cramer's rule to solve this question and find the P1 and P2. So if you are applying Cramer's rule for this, if you are applying the Cramer's rule, so I'll call it C rule. C rule, it means Cramer's rule. So if you're applying the Cramer's rule to solve this, then what's important to me here is my coefficients. Coefficient of P1 and coefficient of P2. Coefficient of P1 here is -7. Coefficient of P2 here is 1. Coefficient of P2 here is 1. Then the coefficient of P1 of the equation 2 is 1. Can you see? Then the coefficient of P2 of equation 2 is -5. Then I'm going to have my matrices function like this. Then what are the unknown? P1 and P2 are the unknown. You have this. Then equals to what? -20 -14. So here we are applying what we call Cramer's rule. There are some things you know that you need to know under the Cramer's rule. There are some things you need to know under the Cramer's rule. What are the things you need to know is that you first look for change itself. Change itself. Then after looking for change itself, you look for change in P1. Then after that one, you look for change in P2. And the conditions to get your P1 will now be change in P1 over change itself. And the conditions to get the P2 will now be change in P2 over change itself. You might not understand what are determinants of this main equation.